can't decide if I like the hood better on or off, but my hair is suffocating me when it's on, so we're gonna take it off.
Do you want to say hi?
There's another cat on the other side of the door, and they're trying to kill each other through the door.
Smokey. Smokey.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I worked at a movie theater my entire senior year of high school and the summer before I left for college, and I thought that I would go ahead and share sort of some behind the scenes of what it was like to work there. So I want to start out by saying I didn't want to work at a movie theater. Like, I really genuinely did not. Like, that was my last choice for a job, but it was the only place that responded to me because I didn't have any like job experience yet besides like babysitting. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll work at a movie theater for $8 an hour. So yeah, that's how, you know, I made money in high school. So I have this like journal that I used during my senior year of high school as like sort of a diary almost. And it's like, I also use it as like kind of a scrapbook though. Like, you know, there's pictures and shit in here. So I made here it is, list of things that customers did that pissed me off. So I'm gonna go ahead and share those with you, and then I'll get into some story times, and there's some like common rumors about movie theaters that I'm just gonna go ahead and say if they're true or not, because hi, I know. See, I've never been to a movie theater because I'm a cat, and I don't have to work a day in my life because I'm a spoiled little shit. Okay, you're dismissed. First thing on the list, so asking for an icy and not specifying the size or the flavor, that's always just really annoying. Like, honestly, I'm gonna like be real, like a lot of these things in this list are that nitpicky. Yeah, so like when you're ordering, and this is just kind of goes for any food service, like be specific. Like it was always so annoying when people would be like, can I have a large popcorn and a large icy? Like, usually the way that like it works at the movie theater, especially if it's busy, is like one person's taking the order and another employee is like running and getting the snacks or like putting the orders in if you want like hot food like pizza or like chicken nuggets or something. And like it was always so annoying when someone would ask for popcorn and an icy. It's like, I need to know what size you want and what flavor you want because I can't read your mind. And if you want your snack sooner, like, you just need to be specific. PDA, for the love of God, hold, you know, your significant other's hand, you know, give them a hug, kiss them on the cheek, put your arm around them, whatever. But when you are like having your bodies pressed against each other and like one of you has like your arms around the other person's neck and the other one's like hands are on their ass and you guys are like dry humping in the concession line, like, go away. Look, personally, I don't fucking care if couples want to like make out in the back of the theater, or honestly if you want to fucking go a little further than that, as long as I don't have to clean it up. Like, really, I couldn't care less what you do. If I ever saw, like, there were times where I saw like couples making out in the back of the theater, I never went and split up their fun. I was like, you know what, let them do what they want. But like, I don't want to see that in like broad daylight. There are children here, like, get a room. Jesus Christ. This is one that constantly happened and constantly annoyed me and still annoys me to this day when I think about it. So the movie theater I worked at didn't have assigned seating unless you were in IMAX. So customers would always ask me like, are there any good seats left? And I'm like, I don't know. Why don't you go tell me? Like, literally, like when I'm working at like the box office on tickets, people be like, are there any good seats left in this movie? Like, I don't know what seats are taken and what aren't unless it's an IMAX. Like, literally, we don't have assigned seats. I can't tell. It's not like I can see the theater. It's not like there's a sensor that tells me when an ass is in a seat. Like, I literally don't know these things, so stop asking me about it. I get asking if like a theater's really full. Like if you're coming in and like the new Marvel movie comes out, right? And it's like a 7:30 showing on like a Saturday night and it's like the first or second week it's out. Yeah, like by all means the line is like up to the door. Like ask me, I'll tell you that the theater's really crowded. But if, you know, you're seeing a 3 p.m. show on a Wednesday afternoon and it's 2:55 and you're the only person in my line, like at the ticket booth, how crowded do you think that fucking movie is, dude? Honestly. This one's maybe a little nitpicky, but it was kind of irritating. Just like, if I'm standing at a register and there's like no line by my register and somebody's like, oh, are you open? Like, no, I'm just standing behind a closed register looking ready to serve you because I fucking like to. Like, yes, I'm open. Oh my god, this is one that like people actually, like they honestly do it a lot. Like, there's like a line of people that I'm like waiting to help like sell a ticket to, sell popcorn to, whatever, depending on like where I was, you know, stationed that day. And like literally like they'll ask questions like as they're walking away, and like the person, like the next person in line has like already, like they're already coming up to me and they're already like ready to buy their ticket or buy their food, whatever. And like this person's still like walking away asking questions like, wait, so what theater is it in? Wait, which way, which direction is that? Like literally, like if you have the questions, that's fine, but ask me like while I'm serving you, or just go ask like the usher or the door person. But I also never really understood when people asked what theater their movie was in anyway, because it's literally printed on the ticket. Like I get asking which direction it's in. Like we're literally, when we're trained, like we're told like to like rip their ticket and be like, okay, your movie's gonna be in theater 12 to your left or whatever. Like we're supposed to tell them, but like literally, like if you honestly have no idea what theater your movie is in, look at your ticket. It's on there. And then finally, amazingly enough, there were a good amount of people that would like come in and they didn't know what movie they wanted to see. Like usually when you go to the movies, it's because like you have a movie in mind that you're gonna go see. Like whether you're here to see a movie you've been wanting to see or you've been waiting to come out, or sometimes people are like, I feel like going to see a movie, and they'll like look online beforehand on like Flickster or Fandango or whatever and be like, oh, okay, like, you know, that looks like a good movie, like I'll go see that. Like there were people that would like come up to the box office and be like, so like what good movies are out? Like, dude, I don't know what you like. So just some like quick rumors. First and foremost, employees do not get to see movies before they are released. So a lot of times people would like ask me, like no matter what movie it was, like they'd be like, is this movie any good? I'd be like, dude, I haven't seen it. Like I have to wait till the release date just like you do. Literally our managers don't get to see movies before they come out. I don't even know if corporate gets to see the movies before they come out, because it's not like our company, you know? Like the movie isn't made by like, I won't say which movie theater I work for, but the movie's not made by like AMC or Regal or Cobb or whatever, you know? We do get free movies. We do get a discount on concessions, at least with the company that I worked for. But again, it's not like just like a free-for-all. I don't know where this rumor came from, but people thought that like we were like vacuuming popcorn up off the floor and like reselling that. That's disgusting. Never done that. And I'm not saying that to save the movie theater company's ass, because believe me, I kind of low-key hate them, but like I'll say that's not true. That popper's cleaned every night. We deassemble it, clean it, and reassemble it at the end of every single night. Like literally everything is clean. We don't pop popcorn like the night before and serve it in the morning. Batches are popped fresh throughout the day. Like odds are the popcorn you're getting won't be more than like an hour or two old. And if that's honestly too old for you, like get your panties out of your ass and eat the popcorn. Like what is wrong with you? So the reason that movie theater things are so overpriced, and I didn't know this until I worked in a movie theater, is that all of like the labeling and everything on the containers is what costs a lot of money. So in theory, like a small popcorn definitely shouldn't be $6, and it probably would be like $3 or $4 instead. But because it has like the logo and like advertisements for movies and stuff like on like the bag or the bucket, that's why it costs so much money. And so that's why like we also can't give away like just like a bag or a bucket or whatever, because they're part of like inventory. And like if you want like just an empty popcorn bucket, we have to charge you the price that you would pay if there was popcorn in it, because the popcorn like that we don't pay like per kernel or whatever. So I mean, like literally employees, like we would just like eat the popcorn like out of the popper. Like we're allowed to get like, we have like little courtesy cups or like water cups or whatever, and like we would take like things of soda, like because you know that's not charged. Like same thing with the cups, you know, like sodas, like they shouldn't be as much money as they are, but it's because of all the labeling on the containers and everything. The only thing that I think is unreasonably overpriced is water, because our water bottles are literally just like, we sold like Dasani water bottles and they didn't have any labeling for our theater on it. So I don't know why it was $5 for a fucking bottle of water. Literally go to the grocery store up the street and get an 89-cent bottle of water, honey. That's like, I don't know what to tell you. We do try to upsell because we're literally taught to upsell. Like that's how we're trained. We can get in trouble if like they find out that we're not upselling. So we have to upsell everything. So like don't get annoyed when like the movie theater employee tries to upsell you. It's just, they're just doing their job. Like they don't want to. They know that if you wanted a large popcorn instead of a medium popcorn, you would have asked for a large popcorn. Like we get it. Rarely did people ever actually say that they wanted to be upsold. And people would always think that we were like trying to scam them out of more money. And it's like, I get it. Like movie theaters are like low-key a scam, because you're right. Like everything there is ridiculously overpriced. But like regardless of how much money you spend at the movie theater, my paycheck's not going to be any higher. I make $8 an hour regardless. So if you spend $100 at the movie theater or you spend $5 at the movie theater, I'm going to get paid the same amount that day. So don't go off on the movie theater employees, because it's corporate that's sucking all of your money. And if you have a legitimate issue with like an experience you have because of like the company itself and not the way like an employee did their job or treated you, literally like call customer service and talk to them, because they're the only ones that can actually help you. Another rumor is if somebody has to check your bag, it's just because sometimes we're told like if it's busy or something, like to check bags for like weapons or drugs or sketchy things. Like generally movie theaters don't really care. Like we know people are gonna sneak their own stuff in. I mean, employees, like I know I would like openly bring in like my own snacks when I came to see movies at the theater, because even with the discount it's still a little expensive. Like I think we got maybe like half off on snacks or something like that. So I mean, like I don't know, really, like it doesn't matter if you want to bring food in, like we don't really care. And like half the time, like we get it, like you just have like your leftovers from dinner or something, so like literally who cares. So then before we go, I'll just go ahead and share some of like the kind of weird experiences I had at the movie theater that I think are just kind of funny and I still tell to this day. So again, with the whole upselling thing, I just like, there are like countless amounts of people that like would get so mad. But there was this one lady once, I remember, she was like, can I have a small popcorn? And I was like, okay, do you want to make it a medium? It's only $1 more. Because that's literally what we're told to say. And she looks at me, she like stops and she looks at me and she's like, excuse me? And I was like, did you want to make the popcorn a medium? And this was like my first, like within like my first month working there. So I was like terrified. I was like, oh my god, she's gonna hit me. Like she like puts her hands on her hips and she goes, I want a small. And I was like, okay ma'am, no problem. Like, okay. One time I was ushering and I'm going in with like some of my coworkers and we're gonna go clean the theater, like because you know one movie just ended, we gotta go clean it before the next movie in there starts. And this mom and like her kid, who was like young but like not like little, like probably like 5 or 6, maybe 7, like should definitely be potty trained. And we walk in, and as we're like walking in, the mom stops us and she goes, hey, we were sitting in the front row and she had a little accident. And we were like, oh, like, don't worry about it, like, it happens. And we thought like, oh, she spilled like a drink or something. Yeah, her kid pissed on the floor. We had to clean up human pee. I mean, there's also just plenty of times where like, there's, you know, kids puke, adults get drunk and they puke. Like, you gotta clean up puke. So, you know, that's always fun. People spill shit everywhere, and like sometimes people are like nice about it, but other times like someone will, like, I literally, there was this one fucking, it was a couple, and they were like low-key obnoxious. Like, they did the whole PDA thing and they came into the line and they just were kind of rude. Like, they had that mentality of like, you're here to serve me, so I'm just not gonna be like very nice to you. And they just, like, their tone and their body language just really cold. And then the girl, she like had her bucket of popcorn and she accidentally knocked it over and spilled it all over the ground. And it's a large popcorn, so it's gonna take like multiple trips to and from like the trash can with like the broom and butler to clean it up. And she literally looks at me, she's walking away, like she looks back and goes, hey, I made a mess, sorry, and keeps walking. And I'm like there's literally like a fucking mountain of popcorn on the floor now, and I have to clean that shit up. And like, you didn't even, like, it's not your job to help me clean it up or anything, like, I get that, but like a little more sincerity would have been nice, honey, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna end this video with my favorite story to tell from when I worked at the theater. So one day I am working at the box office and this woman comes up to the box office, and you know, she seems pretty normal. She went to go see like Star Wars or something, and like the Rogue One, like the newer Star Wars movie that came out. And you know, she asked for a ticket, so I'm ringing her up and putting her stuff in, and she's like, so how's your day been? And like, it was like Saturday during the day, so I didn't really want to talk because like there was a line, gotta keep it moving. But I get it, sometimes customers want to make small talk, so I was like, you know, whatever. I was like, it's been okay, how was yours? Like, being polite. She was like, you know, my day's fine. My day's great. You know, I'm here by myself. People think that you have to go and you have to like see a movie, like, you know, with somebody. You have to go out in public with people. Like, you can treat yourself, you can go by yourself, do whatever you need to do. Like, you can go, you can see, you can get over a breakup, okay? And I was like, yeah, like, you're right. My God. Then she starts reciting this like monologue, and it literally sounded like something straight out of an Edgar Allan Poe book or something. I don't know if it was like something she'd memorized or if she was just speaking this, but I just kind of like smiled and pretended like I wasn't really uncomfortable. She's going on, and I'm like, great, well, here's your ticket, enjoy your movie. And she went, oh, thank you, have a blessed day. And I was like, you too. She walks away. I'm like, what the actual fuck? Okay. She leaves. She comes back over like 10 minutes later. Literally, so she's like waiting while I'm helping someone. And like there's a line. Like I said, it was Saturday during the day. The customer is helping, like, leaves. They got their ticket. And the next person's about to step up. And she goes up to me and she goes, actually, I was just here. I've been waiting here. So I'm gonna go. And I'm like, luckily, like, the customer was nice. Like, because like sometimes customers will fight and they'll try to bring you into it, and it's like, don't drag me into this, I don't want to take sides, like, oh my God. So she, first of all, she'd gotten like the kids pack, like, you know, you get like a little tiny drink and like fruit snacks and a little tray of popcorn, like that's what she had. She was like a grown woman, like older than me, but I was like, you know, to each their own. And she puts all of these quarters like down on the counter, and she goes, $1 is preferred. And I'm like, okay. So I take her quarters, I give her dollars in exchange for her quarters, and she goes, thank you, have a blessed day, and she walks away again. And then finally I think I'm rid of her, I get through my line, whatever, and she comes up and she has 4 more quarters, and she goes, can I have $1 for 4 quarters? And I'm like, okay. So she got her shit together, and then I give her her dollar, and she goes, thanks, have a blessed day. And then she turns to her side and goes, okay, bye mom, I'll talk to you later. There was no woman there. She was not on the phone. I looked to see, like, maybe she had headphones in or something. She's, you know, some people like to talk on the phone that way. No. No. And then get this, like 4 or 5 months later, this woman, I didn't recognize her at first because she was with people this time. It looked, she was with like a middle-aged couple. I'm assuming like her parents or something. And she is like talking to me, and she seemed familiar, but I couldn't figure out who she was. And then she walks away and she goes, "Oh, have a blessed day." And I was like, it's her. And I remember I told all my coworkers about her. I told all my managers about her. I was like, guys, that's my favorite customer I've ever had. I still to this day tell that story. I think it's so great. Because like the first time she came, I was like, maybe she was like playing character. You know, people do like social experiments, whatever. But like, no. She came back as the same fucking person months later. And I just happened to be working the box office again that day. Like, I was so lucky. Honestly, I don't know how she's doing now, but I hope she's doing swell. Anyway, those are my confessions from a movie theater employee. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and share and all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time.